So yesterday I saw the first episode of My Adventures with Superman, which is a new WB animated show on HBO Max, or rather Max. I don't know. I can't keep up with the latest corporate takeovers. I mean, I do, but at the same time, I don't care. So I gotta say, this was a welcome surprise. Not that I wasn't gonna welcome it. I've been like, oh yeah, new Superman. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I saw some of y'all posting about it and being like, oh yeah, this is really good. And I'm like, that's some positive energy. I mean, I liked what I saw even before I heard people talking about it. I may have seen it mentioned. But the thing that I appreciated the most, I think the show is very well designed. The characters are awesome. And they are improvements over the pre-existing characters, the ones that we've known about for so many years in all different forms of media, be it from comics, radio shows, animation, live action films, live action television, a la George Reeves. The thing that I appreciated the most is the fact that they didn't make this whole big to-do about Krypton. Now, for those unfamiliar, Superman is an alien. He comes from another planet, and that planet is called Krypton. And it blew up. Before it blew up, Superman as a baby was launched in a rocket ship to Earth. And he was raised by some people, and they taught him right from wrong, and yada, yada, yada. Eventually he became Superman. Because something to do with the sun. And I thought that was pretty well established in My Adventures of Superman. Even if the rest of the series is of no interest to me whatsoever, I mean, this is how you start a Superman show. This is like the best pilot episode for a Superman series I have seen. And I've seen a lot of them. And I've seen every major Superman movie. At least every major standalone Superman movie. One problem that Warner Brothers has had with Superman is that they always seem to feel this need. Like whenever a Superman thing starts, it's like, you gotta start at Krypton. And this has been going on since Richard Donner's 1978 film version of Superman. You know, the one with Christopher Reeve. Let me just call it the first Christopher Reeve Superman. That Krypton was... It was very Krypton. It was more Krypton than anything that had ever been Krypton before. And one major reason for that was Marlon Brando. Like, you can't out Marlon Brando Jor-El. You can't out Krypton Marlon Brando's Krypton. Like, this, by the way, is the same Marlon Brando that was The Godfather. Vito Corleone. Like, Vito Corleone is Superman's dad. And you keep going back to this. Why? Like, you think you're gonna top it? I mean, good luck. But also at the same, on the same point, this has been done to death. The first Superman story shows a single panel of a rocket ship leading an exploding Krypton. At the time, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were like, oh yeah, he came from another planet. Got it. He was raised by two Midwestern farmer people. Great, got it. Over time, he realized he had superpowers. Done. Now what happens? in the first Chris Reeve Superman, you don't see him become Superman until like almost an hour into the movie. And even without all that exposition, which, by the way, in that movie was pretty welcome because, I mean, like, it's Marlon Brando. They tried to bring him back for Superman Returns, which didn't really go so well. Aside from the fact that movie was, I'm sorry, I really don't like to be so negative about movies. I'm not the nostalgia critic, but God, that movie was a train wreck. A very expensive train wreck. It's all about like finding out more and more about Krypton, and it's like DC and Warner's have this Krypton fetish. It's like, oh, if we don't put Krypton in the movie, people won't know where Superman came from. Superman is Superman. How do you explain Superman to somebody? It's real simple. You know what Superman is? Yeah, he's Superman. You show somebody a picture of Superman. Anybody, even someone that's never read a comic book or seen a Superman movie, they'll know it's Superman. He's that iconic. And I mean, you could show them any iteration of Superman, including the controversial Superman Red and Superman Blue. They'll know that that's Superman. You could show them the first 1938 iteration of Superman. They'll know that's Superman. Like, Superman is not complicated to explain. I realize that's a result of decades of development and continuation and all that. But still, like, going back to Krypton is unnecessary. Like, screw Krypton. Krypton blew up. Krypton is no more. It has ceased to be. It is an ex-Krypton. It is a late Krypton. And I'll say it again. You cannot out-Krypton Marlon Brando's Krypton. You cannot out Marlon Brando. That's why he's Marlon Brando. I mean, if you're lacking certain story material, okay. But on the same token, Superman 2 was as good of a movie as it was because General Zod was a formidable enough villain. That's why that story worked. It wasn't trying to re-explain everything. It's just, oh, okay, here's someone that's a match for Superman. Got it. Also, the B story with Superman and Lois getting intimate, that was pretty cool. I realize not everyone is a fan of that, but I don't care.